King on Screen.
King on Screen, one of my favorite segments that Robert concocted from his beautiful cranium. I enjoy this movie, The Dead
Yeah,
Zone,
that
1983.
that sounds so. Based on his 1979 novel. So, and the novel was a big hit at the time because
Was
he
it?
was, yeah, because I think that was considered his first big hit because just his name started, he started getting name recognition, and this is the one that kind of shot him to the top, and so forth.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's interesting because he's supposed to be, the master of horror, but some of these things, these are more thrillers and almost sci-fi-ish, you know what I mean? That he's always his name is tied to horror, but the Dead Zone was an example of like it is horror, but it's not,
Right, right. And it's a
human.
thinking
Yeah,
man's kind
yeah,
of,
yeah. So and we talked about in the past, like he had, Brian De Palma, Stanley Kubrick, David Cronenberg. So he had great horror directors immediately kind of connected to this. And for Cronenberg, this was great because his films were not, I'll be honest, not too audience friendly, and some of them were,
yes, right.
so this was kind of, I think it was a kind of a good fit for him, kind of it kind of brought King's work to life and also kind of brought Cronenberg down to kind of do a uh, you know, less more because obviously he's still into body horror and so forth. But Deborah Hill was a producer, so I
Love that.
remember when I
Yeah.
was young seeing her name and seeing it was kind of tied to her. So and then they shot in Toronto, which I've not done these locations. So on my next Toronto trip, I will
Ooh,
be doing that. So,
I'd love
but
to see
yeah.
those. The cast is great too. I mean, you have Christopher Walken, Martin Sheen, Tom Skerritt,
Hmm.
Brooke Adams. You have the movie, it's shot in Toronto. It feels cold. They did justice to the book. This is one of my favorite Stephen King films. I've always enjoyed it, and it makes you think, gives you a lot of what ifs, and um,
And you mentioned the music by the soundtrack, Michael, is it Kamen? Is one of my favorite horror
yes, Michael
soundtracks.
Kamen.
So it's kind of a almost immediately. So back in the day, kids, the credits would start and you'd have a few minutes to get into the movie, and it has a great title sequence of actually full screen, and then bits and pieces of black end up spelling out, kind of creating the dead zone. And it has a
Yes,
great soundtrack. It really just truly sets the tone for the. And part of it's like, do we need to go back to that? Do we need to let audiences kind of get immersed and
yeah.
not you semi paying attention, but listening to the music and kind of taking some cues and so forth.
I
But
kind of wish
yeah,
we did. I think to a
yeah,
degree because those were always great. Early '80s and a lot of films, a lot of John Carpenter and Stephen King adaptations that brought you into the forefront of it and
yeah,
it immersed you, and it was exciting. Stranger
yeah,
Things took you from that. It's like that kind of
yeah,
build it up.
yeah. You kind of say now we're going to this universe, and like you said, Carpenter's Halloween. You had 3 minutes to, it was
Oh
like
yeah,
a creepy theme, and
that might be the best.
yeah, shiny. Like they all just
Yeah.
kind of like put
Oh,
you. Here's where we're going, people. So,
Friday the
so
13th Part 3 in 3D. Jaws 3D. They just bring you. Dun, dun.
it did put you in there. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what we're doing.
Even the original Friday the 13th, you're
Yeah,
like, yeah, okay. It brings you in there. Good point on Halloween.
yeah,
That really does.
yeah.
I mean,
But highly recommend The Dead Zone. I think it still holds up
yes.
for me after all these decades. And I actually had bought it on 4K a few months ago, so I did give it a rewatch the other day.
Oh, it's on
So yeah,
4K
it is on
available?
4K. Yeah,
Oh.
so
Oh, I think I remember
um,
you telling me about that.
you need to watch, Walken, especially, yeah, turn the stereo up for what's the line? The ice. It's
The
gotta,
Ice
yeah,
with the hockey player
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, it is. Was this a Shout Factory that you got? Did you get the
I don't know if it's,
collectors?
I think it was Kino Lorber, maybe. I can't remember which one it was. So actually, no,
Got it.
this is so I do have, actually, I'll give you my Shout Factory version because I have some extra Blu-rays now that I've upgraded. You can have
Oh,
my crumbs,
oh,
my
I
my Blu-ray crumbs. So
love the crumbs.